Hello, friends. How are we doing? Smava Brooks here. If you're watching this replay, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you are here live, thank you for being here. Thank you for popping in. Please say hello. Please let me know where you're from so I can welcome you. My name is Smava Brooks. I'm abuse survivor coach, and I love to support adult survivors of child abuse and trauma to heal and restore. And I do that through one-on-one coaching or group coaching. And so if you'd like to learn more about my services or my programs, please visit my website, spavabrooks.com. Hey, my friend Wanda. And you can get a copy of my books, my 365-day guides to healing and restoration, or on Amazon or Kindle. And just really quickly to let my Periscope friends know, I got a live stream going here on YouTube and here on Periscope. I'm only doing the chat here on YouTube. So if you'd like to be a part of our conversation, please come on over. You can search by the name of the book or my name and you will find us. But thank you so much for watching over here on Periscope. I really, really appreciate it. Hey again, my friends. How are we doing? Hey, Sue. Hey, Wanda. Good to see you, friends. Hello again. Yes. My heart felt so full after our meeting earlier. For those who are curious, yes, in our closed Facebook group, we hang out regularly. I post the page of the day, and our group members will share their journal entries, and they give me permission to share that with you, which I will do in a little bit. And then we meet up twice a month for a little Zoom call, video chat, heart to heart about the healing journey, right? It's hard enough as it is alone, and it's way easier when we get to hang out with our friends who get it, right? Who know the hard work of healing, right? So thank you, friends. So glad that you guys are here. Lots of, some big things coming up for a lot of people. I just want to say, I think it feels like everybody is being asked to take a look at some things that may have been helpful in the past, some new beliefs about themselves, maybe some coping strategies we have used for a long time, and maybe we're starting to see not the best way to move forward in life, right? It worked. It was a brilliant coping strategy, but now here you are, ready to challenge some of those critical inner thoughts, maybe those false beliefs, especially if those false beliefs hold your heart hostage, right? So that's what we're going to do today. I think we're going to go a little deep today. So please put on your life jackets. We're going into the deep end of the pool. Someone reminded me this earlier today, right? I tend to go right in. Make sure you got your mask on. But we're going to be okay, my friends. We're going to be okay because it's easier when we're in it together. So today, can't believe it, we are on day 176. Hey. I hear you, Donna. I'm just laughing. Thank you. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm just laughing because on our call earlier today, I basically went into the deep end of the pool. Yes, you need scuba gear today. But that's the part, right, my friends? I know you guys love it. Appreciate, yes, no, don't always, right? But this is the conversation that we need to normalize in a way, right? Make it easier to talk about the hard stuff, because when we bring light into that darkness or into the things that have been in our shadow, or I didn't know that I didn't know, or no, I don't know, and I don't know if I'm ready to know, right? But once we gain some clarity, wow, I didn't know that I didn't know. That can feel clunky in the system, meaning in our bodies, in the nervous system. Our biology is all about keeping safe, staying safe. So, oh, that's so funny, Wanda. She says, hey, Donna, you know Svava does pool nothing. Svava, you go Pacific Ocean. Well, when you're an island girl, right, born and raised in Iceland, then I better know how to swim. I better know how to go ocean swimming. Exactly. Not just the Pacific. We're talking the Atlantic Ocean. So, yeah, remind me to pack the dry suit, right? Because without the suit, it's going to get cold. Backstroke, there you go. We're going to do the breaststroke for a while. And then when we need to break a little bit, right? And speaking of, we're going to make a little light of our conversation here that, you know, growing up on an island, everybody had to learn how to swim, right? It's part of school. It's part of the curriculum. Every year, yes, you had PE, but you also had, you know, swim. We had to learn how to swim. And so when I came to the States, I thought that was normal. I thought everybody was taught how to swim. I was shocked to find out that that isn't mandated here in schools. So, but I know a lot of people, right, do that through their rec centers and things like that. But still, it was interesting. Interesting. But yes, as an island girl, you got to know how to swim. When you live in a place surrounded by water, you better know how to. There you go, Sue. Right? In the UK, bigger islands. Right. Exactly. So that's it, my friends. We're learning how to swim today. So we're going scuba diving. So get out your gear, wherever you are, take the temperature of your water, and, you know, wetsuit, dry suit, short suit, no suit, right? Depending on where you are on the globe, dress accordingly. Safety first. So this is what we're talking about, right? As abused children, we become abusive adults with no idea who we are and what we need. What I mean by that, right, is that hurt people, we are hurt. And hurt people, meaning most of us, we're not out there hurting others, but way too many of us are, you know, hurting ourselves, right? Not by choice, but because it's become a habit for many of us. So much of that cycle, that inner dialogue, that inner connection, that inner way to be is kind of hurtful. And so part of the healing journey, right, is to turn the volume up, get some clarity about where does that come from. So, and right, hey Tina, hey friend, glad you're here. And because we are so much hurting so much on the inside, right? So many of us find it very good coping strategy to become people pleasers. We are very good at making other people happy while we pretend to be perfect and okay, right? So a lot of it turns us into codependent caretakers who abuse ourselves, meaning, right, we neglect ourselves, right? Our focus isn't turned inward on what we need, it's turned outwards because that's how we found we could stay safe. We protect ourselves. Whew, right? And then there is that pull and push. We resent this people-pleasing behavior, but many of us don't know how to escape it. And then many of us have set up our relationships in this way, right? I'll take care of you and you be nice to me, right? So the two questions that we have today. How did you feel the last time you went out of your way to please someone who perhaps wasn't even nice to you, right? And the second question, how would your life change if you stopped all the people pleasing for 30 days, for a week, right? To actually say what we want to say no when we're asked to do things, right? For favors or to go out of our way for people. For some, it may even bring up a little bit of anxiety. So, but let me set up this conversation a little more for us. So when I say that abused children become abusive adults, I especially mean that when you are not shown your value and shown nothing but abusive things like neglect, hatred, shame, or physical or emotional pain, we grow into adults that expect that, right? And not only that, but because you became used to that treatment, it becomes your new comfort zone. It's your new reality. It's our new normal. So even after the abuse is ended, you are forced to keep up with that reality yourself. Yes, right, Donna? It becomes the familiar, right? You keep it up with that reality because it's what you know. It's what your nervous system and your biology knows to work within. I know how to navigate that. So by treating yourself poorly, not believing in your worth, we are just repeating what was done to us. And for me, for many, many years, I had no idea that I was doing this. We constantly strive to make others happy, but really struggle with offering that happiness to ourselves. Hey, Periscope friends, thank you so much for being here. Glad you're here with us. So, you don't believe that you deserve it. Whew, right? That was a big aha. The reason why I wasn't being loving and kind to myself is because really deep down, I didn't believe I was worthy of it. And so it's time, my friends, right? That we together, that we do our best, right? With love and kindness. This isn't about blame. This isn't about comparison. This isn't about you not doing it right or being bad or wrong. It's just to recognize, right? Here, I'm giving myself a little bit of self-compassion. If you're feeling butterflies in your stomach or your chest or your shoulders are rising up, when we talk about self-worth and love and kindness for ourselves, we can help our nervous system to calm back down by giving ourselves warmth. Your body understands warmth. Put your hand on your heart. I'm sorry, sweet body. I'm sorry, sweet spirit, my sweet self. I didn't know. I didn't know that I didn't know. And it doesn't help me to beat myself up for not knowing, right? But now that I do know, okay. Yes, it may feel risky in the beginning to do something different, but I recognize it's time because yes, you too are worthy of warmth, of love, and kindness and support. Thank you, Donna. Yes, my friend, I hear you, right? Love my husband, but right? Yeah, I picked him because he was just so dismissive, right? all the people around us mirror something back to us. They match us energetically in some ways. Sometimes we may not like it, but they're here to teach us something. So I hear you, Donna. I hear you, my friend. So the questions, like I mentioned today, are 2 questions. How did you feel the last time you went out of your way to please someone who wasn't even nice to you? Again, just turning up awareness on some of these things. And how would your life change if you stopped all the people pleasing for about 30 days, even a few days, right? And what was interesting when I started recognizing on the other side of being a people pleaser, I was very resentful when people didn't please me according to my plan because I thought I was going out of my way for them, right? It was, I all of a sudden had more time to take care of me. What do you know? Right? Instead of chasing other people, all of a sudden I'm like, okay, what is it that I really need? How can I tend to those needs? How can I learn to recognize what I need? So I'm going to scroll down here, see what you guys, I got you in 2 places, Wanda. So Wanda shared with us today. Okay, she says she lost the live connection on YouTube. Well, I hope it's just you. Please let me know, friends. The Wi-Fi has been choppy the last few weeks, but hopefully we still have connections. So Wanda shared with us, the last person I have in my life that I bent over, thanks guys, that I bent over backwards to please was my daughter. It consumed my entire being. It took a huge reality check with us blowing up for me to see I was actually hurting the both of us by trying to please her. Right? Whew. She didn't want me pouring into her until I was empty, and I resented her. Hey, Ricky. I resented her for her resistance. Right? I hear you. And she says, I resented her resistance to me giving her my all. Isn't that interesting, Wanda, right? This is always fascinating as parents, right? How much do we give? How much do we caretake, right? What's helpful? What's overbearing? What's controlling, right? So she goes on to say, I now recognize that I must be my priority. And it's not selfish for me to take care of me and put me first, or at least not last. Yep, I hear you, Wanda. And it's actually a great relief, I think, to our kids, right? Because it's like we put this expectation on them. Yeah, that's right, Tina. That was very good. Such great awareness. And really, we help others way more by taking responsibility for us first. Because then, by we give and give and give, the other person is like, oh my God, there's no way I can give back in that way. There's no way that I can be, ever fulfill what has been given to me. And if anything, it creates pressure, it creates tension, right? And a lot of it is like this unexpected, unexpressed expectation. Wanda, there you go. Hey, Laurie. Right? They tell me all the time, you raised us already. It's time to take care of you. Yes, yes. Donna, yes, I was going to say it because the other person, it causes the other person to feel less than. Exactly, because if we are doing, more, right? If we are actually taking care of things, they should be taking care of themselves. They start to feel like they can't, or like, does this person think that I can't do this for myself? Right? And especially if we're doing it or giving from an empty container, right? The other person knows. Now, I don't know about you, right, guys? I started this healing journey for my kids. But then exactly, that was one of those aha moments. Wait a minute. No matter how much I will and wish and want for my kids, who are they looking at? Who is their model for a healthy, right, self-regulated, balanced, capable, fulfilled, right, adult? What does that look like? Because kids, it's not what we say, right? It's what we do. I know that was a hard one. And a few of you are have gotten to know my oldest daughter through our mindfulness course. And part of our, the new self-care community that I'm starting, right? She's very active and will be an active part in that. So it's like I can see, I don't even want to say the damage, right? I just because I've had to forgive myself, right? Oh, Donna, she loves you too. You two just hit it off. Right? It's like I can see what I taught her before I started my healing. And that goes for all of us, right? We cannot punish ourselves or be upset at ourselves or guilty for what we did when we didn't know. Oh, I know you guys do. Of course you do. You're so welcoming. But all I can do, right, instead of putting it in her face, right, all I can be is to continue to work on me, on my self-care, and trust her. Trust that she is just as capable. Trust that she is just as capable and equipped. I hear you, Wanda. I hear you. And this goes for all of us mothers. It's so hard to see our babies struggle and suffer because of perhaps the things that we did or didn't do. Right? We have to learn to forgive ourselves, right? We can't change the past. We cannot. And when we don't forgive ourselves or accept that, yeah, sorry, I ducked it up, right? I didn't know better, right? But giving our kids, continuing our own healing and accept the parts of us that, could have maybe, I don't even want to say could or should, any of that, right? You guys know what I mean, right? But when we can lovingly be here for ourselves, we show our kids how they can forgive and accept themselves because we've shown them how. And I know that's what I, have done for my kids to the best of my ability. I'm not perfect by any stretch, right? Kicking and screaming sometimes. But being authentic about it, real, admitting my mistakes, my faults. All right, Laurie. Glad you're here, friend. So thank you, Wanda. Thank you, Wanda. And right, just continue to see our babies. Continue to see our babies. Put them in the light. Yes, thank you, Sue. I just saw that. So we see our children, our grown-up kids, right? No longer for us to parent anymore. We see them healed and in the light. Exactly. Yes, Tina, having kids has helped me realize it's not selfish to take care of myself. Yes. Right? Just like on the plane, we need to put the oxygen mask on us before we put the mask on our kids, right? That's it. Donna asks here, and what about when we take care of ourselves? We surround ourselves with healthier people too. Our children see not only their parents in a healthier way, but they see new, healthier adults too. High five, my friend. Exactly. Exactly. Right? As we learn to, oh my goodness, this body, right? Your body is so amazing, right? Your mind and your creativity and your capacity for creativity and, living, right? The gifts of life. We get so excited about that and our potential and how to stay healthy. We want that for our kids, and as we are demonstrating that for ourselves, right? Our drama flags or bells start to go off when people try to enter into our lives that have a lot of drama. I am fiercely protective of my family and my inner circle. After growing up with so much drama, I won't tolerate it. My heart can't take it. And I honor my heart and my mental health and my emotional stability and well-being, right? The stress that this body has had to go through. So now it's like, nope. And the good news, actually what happens, and you guys may have seen this and start to see this for yourselves, drama people aren't interested in hanging out with you anymore because you're like, I'm a very direct person. I can smell drama a mile or two away. I can see it around the block. And we're going to go into the deep end of the pool. And if you don't like that kind of conversation, you're probably not going to want to hang out with me, which is a good thing. Yes. There you go, Wanda. Yes. Right? Allergic to drama. Exactly. Your peace is worth it. Exactly. Donna's comment, so true. Stronger me, better for patience. Donna rocks. And that's exactly it, my friends, right? When we recognize how we've turned all the toxic beliefs and how we were spoken to and treated and all that from the past, when we have embodied those inner critics, that voice and those feelings about ourselves, it's like, let's get it out, right? We'll do backstroke through that, Wanda. Whew, let's get out of that drama. Let's get out of that. So, I see we're all on the same page. All on the same page. Thank you, Wanda. Thank you so much, my friend. Yes. Love swimming. Just keep swimming like Dory, right? Just keep swimming. Find your way through it. You'll have to breathe it through your snorkel, all right? I love it. Love it. See, I'm glad we can laugh about it, right? We can laugh about it. We can giggle and be silly through this hard stuff. So we have to be able to. So let's see here. Sue goes on to share with us today. It's been a long time since I went out of my way to please someone who wasn't nice to me. And I am not even sure who it was. Though I guess there are still times when I keep quiet rather than upset someone who is being objectionable. On occasions when it would be better if I spoke up. Thinking of our Zoom conversation earlier. Yes, Sue, I hear you. And on our Zoom conversation earlier today, we were talking about, justice in the world, right? Equality, social justice, things like that. So, yes, she goes on to say, but for me, being nice to difficult people and not upsetting them was definitely about being safe and being liked. So not pleasing people was at first pretty scary. Yes. She goes on to say, but I began to realize the world didn't end if I said no or didn't do what they wanted. And actually, other people still seem to be okay with it. And it's made it easier to learn to care for and please myself and those around me without the fear of the consequences. Right? That's beautiful, Sue. Right? We talk about celebrating no. Right? It's so much easier to be in relationships when we have the agreement that I'm only going to give and take care of things for you when I have it to give, right? But if it's going to take away from me my time and energy to take care of me, I need to say no. And it makes it easier to ask people if you can trust that they will only say yes if they really mean it. They will only say yes if they really can. That's why I say, if I ever ask for something or ask you to do something, and you're like, it's not really a good time, I'm actually tired, or then I would much rather you said no. Because then I'm gonna be more comfortable with asking you again if I know that you will honor yourself first. Actually, just no needs to start being a good thing. Exactly, it is. And actually, just earlier today, I had agreed to being on an interview later tonight after this call. And the guy just texted me an hour ago, and he said, Svava, I hate to do this, but I am spent. Can we reschedule? And I was like, yes. I was so happy for him, right? I was like, I wrote him back. No problem. I am proud of you for asking for what you needed, right? Because who wants to do an interview when they're spent? They have no energy to be on camera, to be engaging, and right? It's like, no, of course, I'd rather hang out with him when he's on, when he has energy and is there. So it was a win-win that he said, I'm sorry, I don't have it to give today. I'm like, perfect, works for me. Take your time to rest. Yeah, exactly, Tina. That's exactly it. I'm sure in the back of his mind, and who here hasn't thought this, right? I've had to cancel on you guys here a couple of times just because, I was just tired physically, emotionally, mentally. And right in the back of his mind was maybe, oh my gosh, she's gonna think something of me, that I'm a flake, or I don't keep my word, or whatever. But I don't listen. I don't come up with those stories anymore. When people cancel on me, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I prefer to renegotiate, or reschedule. So, and it's actually happened to me, Tina, too, a couple of times when I've said, sorry, I can't be there. I'm tired. I'm spent. A few weeks ago, a colleague of mine, we've been trying to get together with our partners for a long time. And she was like, Svava, finally, this is the date. We can do it. And it was Friday after a really busy week. And, I was just like, oh my gosh, I feel really bad, but there's just no way I can pull it together to go out Friday evening after this busy week. So I wrote her back, and yeah, okay, we've been trying this hard. She might think I'm not interested. And then I'm like, no, I trust that she knows me well enough. And the next time I saw her, she was like, Svava, thank you for doing that. I wish I do that more. I say yes way more than taking care of myself. So when we do that, we are actually giving other people permission. So, Laurie, is it weird if I say yes to no? No. We need to say agree to no. We celebrate no. We celebrate no. Exactly. No is empowering. And sometimes, right? Sometimes we need no. Sometimes even just knowing that we can say no gives us the access to the yes, right? It's like I'm my own being. And if something is being demanded of me, or I'm being pushed or asked, and there is no wiggle room, how does that make us feel? It actually kind of makes us feel, right? Right? But when we know that if I don't want to do this, I will be honored and celebrated and respected no matter what. It creates freedom. It creates space. Yes, it is. So I often talk about, I need to know that I can say no so I can say yes. So, and it's something that I've recognized. It's like I need to, and I don't want to put it into a stereotype, but I think it's very important for women, especially men or women, I think, that have been assaulted or their boundaries have been violated, right? It's like, it's hard to know, where do I end and you begin? And so part of when we start taking care of ourselves, then all of a sudden we recognize our boundaries. We recognize, oh, okay, taking care of me. Now I know how me feels. I know how me feels full. I know how me feels loved. I know how me feels when I'm rested, when I'm cared for. Does that make sense? So when I know that, then it's also, yeah, no, I can't do that. Like my energy meter has gone into, it's in the yellow. Yes, Ricky. Yes. Sue, yes to self-discovery. Woo. Ricky, I love that. Boundary, right? Just told my husband I'm not doing the dishes that he just dirtied today while I was at work and he was at home and now he's doing them. Woo, woo, right? That's awesome, right? Ask for what you need. Ask for what you like. Yay, progress, exactly. Right? And then, right, release it without attachment, right? That's the other tricky thing. It's like raising teenagers, right? I'm constantly negotiating. I asked you to do this, and 4 hours later, it still hasn't gotten done. So I'm like, well, maybe he wasn't clear on the timing. But when I explain how him not doing his chores impacts me being able to do what I need to do in the kitchen. So there's a little bit of, leeway, but there's still a time frame that things need to get done. So yes, no is a boundary. Just like love and respect is a boundary. Love is a boundary maker. Love is a truth teller. So thank you, Sue. I love that. Love it. So Donna shared with us. I'm so happy for you, Ricky. I love it. Love it. So Donna says, last time I went out of my way to try and please someone that wasn't even very nice to me, I felt a knot in my throat. My stomach was on fire and I wanted to scream. This is, correction, was the usual state of affairs. Hold on, Donna. I like that comment, right? This was the usual state of affairs when dealing with my family. In the last 7 months, I have been slowly setting some boundaries. They're small, but that physical sensation as it relates to them has lessened. I'm not sure what my life would look like if I stopped all the people pleasing over 30 days. I'm just in the center of that process now. That's huge, Donna. That's huge. Recognizing that shift. She goes on to say, this includes, hey Periscope friends, this includes learning how to give myself permission to say no to something. It sounds silly, but the most recent example is related to my little job. I've been wiped out physically lately. I've been contemplating leaving it boldly. For me, she says, I told the manager I couldn't work one day next week. It feels very clunky and unnatural to honor one's own desire. I'm hoping in time it will become more natural. High five, Donna. Yes. Yes. Absolutely, my friend. Can you guys relate? Yes. Yes, I hear you, Laura, right? I hear you. Feels very clunky and unnatural. This practicing no, right? Because it is literally a physical response to, oh my gosh, this is so scary. I am going to speak up for myself. And in the past, right, that was not an option. That was not safe. Who are you to think, right? So you are helping your nervous system, kicking and screaming, right, to have a different experience. This is you stepping up on behalf of your body, right? Intervening on all those signals, like, what are you thinking? Don't do this. This is so scary. Get the heck out of there. Right? This is you stepping out of your comfort zone and doing what you needed to do. Give yourself permission to say no. She says, Donna here on the comments, what about if saying no means a battle? I'm working at a deficit. Saying no always meant that I would be facing a fight. How do we learn to use the correct, less combative vocabulary? Very good question, Donna. Very good question, right? First of all, right, if we go into it thinking of it as a battle, right, your mind is already set up the stage for a battle, and your biology is preparing for the fight. What do we suspect the other person is going to think before we even start? Right? If we come into the battle like this, or into the conversation, right, like this. We've talked about this, right, in our mindfulness class. And research shows how we see the filter. When we expect the battle, we come ready for battle. That if we can slowly recognize the battle is coming from an expectation in here, and it's actually with the past. I'm moving my past into the future, right? How can I come into the present moment and lead with, this is a new experience. In the past, I would have expected this to be a battle, this to be a fight. And depends on who you're talking to or talking with, right? In the beginning, I would lead with, like with my husband, when I was starting to have hard conversations, I would lead with, this is very hard for me. This is scary. I'm expecting you to be upset with me. I'm doing my best to stay grounded and present because I'm just needing to ask for something that I need. And I don't need you to fix it. I just need you to hear me. And I just need you to honor what I'm asking for, respect it, and let me know if you can or cannot respond to what I'm asking for or respond accordingly. So it's less about the words. And if you come into it from I am feeling instead of you, this is what's going on with me. This is what I need. And we honor their no. We don't take their no's personally either. We give them permission to say no. We give them permission to tell us the truth. It changes the energy. Yes, it is, Donna. I hear you. And it's not to say, Donna, that anytime you go into a conversation, exactly, thank you, Ricky. It's scary, but it gets easier, right? And when we express our willingness for that, for what we are doing is an option for them too, right? We are modeling for them how they can treat us. And again, it doesn't mean that if we know that what we're about to say is going to be hard for the other person to hear. And again, right, having been married now for 25 years, for a long time, you know, my husband we would go after each other with the wounds. Like, I know where he hurts the most. And I stopped doing that. I'm like, I'm not gonna go after where I know you are hurting. I've stopped doing that. If there's something that I have to say to anybody, I'm gonna do it as if I'm speaking to my dearest, very best friend, right? With as much love and kindness and encouragement and belief as I can, right? That's because I'm invested in this relationship, right? But if I'm asking and I'm going to set a boundary and I'm not going to stay in this relationship unless this gets resolved, I can walk away. That's a little different conversation. So, but thank you for asking that, Donna. But it starts small, right? And so when we give ourselves permission to honor our no and give permission to honor for other people to say no to us, and we won't take it personally, right? It's like, I prefer you say no instead of doing something that you're resentful for, or you're giving out of an empty bucket, or you don't have it to give, or you're doing it because you think I won't be around or love you or care for you or appreciate you. So, right? It needs to go both ways. So let's see here, Laurie. Let's see. Laurie, you shared, it's very short and sweet, my friend, right? You're welcome, Donna. You're welcome, Donna. Says, oh, I have this problem, Laurie. I've made it my profession, but those people appreciate me. I cut out my family and the rotten ones who don't. So am I healthy now? That's you to decide, right? What is healthy? What's normal? What's whatever, right? But you get to decide. But again, we invite ourselves to pay attention to what drives us in doing and taking care of other people, right? Is it that compulsion of, if I'm doing all this for them, I'm hoping they will love me, or that they will be good, good to me, or it's become our identity, the only way that we feel we are of value or some worth. So then we forget, I'm inherently good, lovable, valuable, worthy of kindness and love. I don't have to do anything to deserve that, to deserve loving kindness. Yes, yes, Laurie. I hear you. I hear you, my friend. But, right, the healing journey is so much about navigating, relationships, the exchanges, right? And when we know how to take care of ourselves first, and to feel when we're like, yeah, I need to say no. I'm sorry. I clearly need to rest and take care of myself, tend to my physical, emotional needs, right? Again, it creates freedom in relationships when we can trust that in our friendships, right? It's a two-way street. You are such beautiful souls, my friends. So appreciate your courageous sharing. Just so beautiful, my friends. Whew. We made it across the ocean, my friends. We did it. We did it. And I pulled a card for us today. Perfect as always. One day she woke up and decided to love herself more than she ever thought possible. I don't make this up. How perfect our cards are. I'm going to hold it up here for you guys here on YouTube, and then I'll bring it over. here on Periscope. Oh, sweet, sweet Wanda. Sweet, sweet Wanda, you have no idea, my friend, how easy you are to love. You have no idea. You're going to make me cry, because that is my hope for all of you guys, that you know, that you will know how easy you all are to love, right? That you are seen and heard and appreciated and valued and respected. Because I know when we all open to receive that, the flood, the ocean of love that gets generated within you for others, makes it all worth it. Breathing in those words, yes, Donna, you are very welcome. Thank you for helping us dive deep today. I even liked myself in a snorkel suit. Yes. Yes, Wanda, yes. Yes, 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 yes. These are happy tears, right? Because that's it, my friends, right? We need to, and that's what you guys are doing in this space and in the group, right? When you lean in, right, and you see each other, it's like, I see you, my friend. I believe in you. I believe you. I believe in your inherent goodness, right? That you are loved. You are love. Yes, you are. Yes, Ricky, I know, my friend. Those up and down days, that's life. Life would be dull if it were all... There would be no surfing on a flat ocean. There would be no surfing. There would be no roller coaster ride if it was a straight line. Humans, we need a little bit of swing up and down. So we know we are alive. I can feel this full spectrum of things. Yes, you're gonna go visit Donna. Woohoo! That's awesome. I love it. Love it. So anybody coming in here on the tail end is wondering, what the heck are we talking about? Well, we're working our way one day, one page at a time through my book, right? And we have our closed community. If you ever want to join us, please, please, please reach out. You will feel the love and the support and the encouragement and the transformation, right? The rising tide lifts all boats, right? The rising tide. And that's what we're doing here. All right, sweet friends. So good to be here with you. Please, if this inspired you, moved your heart, if you found some value in this, please give me a thumbs up here on YouTube and share this with anybody that you think needs a heart-to-heart. How to heal and restore our hearts. I appreciate that sharing. And over on Periscope, thank you so much for the hearts and for the retreats. I appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you guys on... When are we seeing each other next? On Thursday. Same time, same place, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. How do we give more than thumbs up? You can share Share the stream somewhere. Share with your friends. Thank you so much, Donna. I appreciate it. Appreciate it so much, my friends. I'll see you. Some of you will see you tomorrow. And then I hope to see you guys here again on Thursday. Bye, friends.